I thought legacy was inherited.
Until I built my own.
Now I guard what I forged. What does it mean to be a man? The world has drowned you in answers. Some tell you it's money, others tell you it's women. Some scream about dominance, status, or alpha illusions. But the uncomfortable truth is this. Most men shouting answers are just boys, hiding behind masks. Being a man is not a title you inherit. It's not a role society gifts you. It is a code you must forge, guard, and live by. Look at the world you're in. Boys in grown bodies, men without direction, fathers who never became leaders, leaders who never learned to lead themselves. They chase comfort, they chase validation, they chase everything except responsibility. And so, the weight of their weakness falls on everyone around them. Sons, raised without guidance. Women, abandoned to carry burdens they should never have faced alone. Societies collapsing because men traded discipline for distraction. The problem is not that men are hated. The problem is that too many men are hollow. And hollowness cannot bear weight. It cracks. It collapses. It disappears. You know this already. Deep inside, you felt it. That haunting question, am I building or am I rotting? The truth is this. Most of you are not men yet. You've aged. You've grown taller. You've earned jobs, possessions, even families, but you are still boys. Because you never forged the code. If you are controlled by lust, you are still a boy. If you collapse when life denies you comfort, you are still a boy. If your word means nothing, if you cannot hold a promise, if your discipline breaks when no one is watching, then you are not a man. You are a shadow, playing dress-up. Do you know why Valhalla calls me the discipline that forges legends? Because discipline is not just about training or money. Discipline is the fire that transforms weakness into foundation. But before the fire comes the wound. Noah is the shadow every man must face. He is the wound, the broken mirror, the boy who stares at his reflection and doesn't recognize a man. Too many stop there, trapped in pain, trapped in excuses, trapped in endless self-analysis. The world does not care about your wound. It cares about what you build, in spite of it. Valhalla burns. He is the fire, the rebellion against weakness. He destroys the chains, but even fire without guidance consumes itself. And I am the code, the legacy, the guardian, because the man who cannot guard what he builds, his values, his family, his body, his mind, is no man at all. Noah trembles. Valhalla burns. I guard. That is the triad. That is the path. So what does it mean to be a man? It means to become a foundation. Think of a temple. The marble, the statues, the roof, all of it, nothing. If the foundation cracks, civilizations rise on the shoulders of men who carried weight. They collapse when those shoulders weaken. Rome did not fall because its enemies were strong. It fell because its men grew weak. They abandoned discipline for decadence. They let pleasure poison their bloodline. And when the foundation crumbled, the empire followed. The same is true in your life, your house, your tribe, your legacy. Not because you control, not because you dominate, but because you hold, you guard, you carry the weight without collapsing. Philosophers tell you, know yourself. That's true, but incomplete, because knowing is not enough. A man must master himself, and mastery is not found in words. It is forged in repetition, in vigilance, in sacrifice. Masculinity is not about constant aggression. It's about constancy, stability, being the unmoving pillar when storms come. That is why civilizations trust men. Not to be perfect, but to be pillars that do not fracture when the storm strikes. So how do you build this? How do you guard the code? Not with slogans, not with empty motivation, with protocols, rituals, codes. You either live them or you fracture. Protocol 1. The stone of responsibility. Every morning, write one responsibility you will not abandon. It can be your training, your craft, your family, your word. Guard it like a stone on your back. Never let it drop, because a man without weight on his shoulders is not a man. He is a child, drifting in the wind. History is filled with men who carried stones heavier than themselves. Soldiers who marched through winters to protect their people. Fathers who worked themselves to the bone so their sons could eat. Builders who raised cities, brick by brick. Your stone will not be theirs, but it must be carried with the same devotion. If you want to measure your manhood, don't look at your muscles or your money. Look at the weight you choose to carry, and whether you drop it when it becomes inconvenient. Protocol 2. The sword of discipline. Every man rots from a poison. For some, it's lust. For others, laziness. For many, distraction. The poison is not always obvious. Sometimes it looks harmless. A scroll through your phone, a meal you didn't need, a comfort you earned. But poison compounds. One drop becomes 2, 2 become 10, and then you wake up hollow. The sword of discipline is not about doing everything. It's about cutting what poisons you. Choose one weakness, name it, eliminate it, cold, precise, without negotiation, because you cannot carry responsibility while feeding poison. You cannot guard a code while rotting from the inside. And understand this, the sword must be swung daily. Cut once, then cut again tomorrow, because the poison always returns. Protocol 3. The flame of vigilance. A man must watch, not just the world, but himself. Every night, ask, where did I betray my code today? Write it, confront it, guard against it tomorrow. The flame dies the moment you stop protecting it. History is filled with kings, generals, and men of great power who collapsed, not because their enemies were stronger, but because they failed to guard themselves. Their vigilance dimmed, their flame died. And when the flame dies, the man dies. Vigilance is the difference between a man and a fallen man. Being a man is not about conquest. It is about custody. Custody of your word, custody of your strength, custody of your time, custody of your bloodline, custody of your soul. Without custody, nothing you build will stand. Listen carefully. Being a man is not about status, not about women, not about power. It is about being the code others can rely on when everything else collapses. If you are honest with yourself, you know where you failed. The question is not whether you've fallen. The question is, will you rise with code or rot without it? The world is not waiting for perfect men. It is waiting for men who can carry weight, men who can build, men who can guard. That is the foundation of every legacy worth remembering. So I'll ask you one last time. What does it mean to be a man? It means this: to become the guardian of the code, not for yourself only, but for those who will come after you, because without guardians, there is no future, and without code, there are no men. Protocol name, the Guardian Code.